Hey everyone, my name is Brandy. Today I'll be presenting on Junie B. Jones Loves Handsome Warren. Before we get into the content of the book, I just wanted to go through a few characteristics to look at when evaluating contemporary realistic fiction. First, the content should be honestly presented. Second, a story should expose personal and social values central to our culture, at the same time revealing how expression of those values may have changed. The story should allow readers to draw personal conclusions from the evidence. The author should respect the reader's intelligence. The language and syntax should help reveal the background and the nature of characters and situations. The author should write in a hopeful tone. Children's literature should reflect sensitivity to the needs and rights of girls and boys without preference, bias, or negative stereotypes. A story should satisfy children's basic needs and provide them with increased insights into their own problems and social relationships, and it should be enjoyable for your student to read. So with that being said, Junie B. Jones has a lot of these characteristics in the book. Really quick, just to give you an overview of the book, because I won't be able to read much of it to you due to time. There's a new boy in kindergarten, and guess what? He's the handsomest guy Junie B. has ever seen. She and Lucille and that Grace all want him for a boyfriend. Only he thinks Junie B. is a nutball, just 'cause she couldn't stop laughing and rolling. So how is she supposed to get that boy to love her? So it starts out, and one of the reasons I love Junie B. Jones is because the author, she really gives you a feel of who Junie B. Jones is just through how she speaks. And I think that's a really fun characteristic in the book. Another thing that I love is, let me find this, like here, you can see that there's a lot of capitalization, which emphasizes that they're yelling at each other, and sometimes they're out at recess, or sometimes they're arguing, but that just kind of gives you more emotion and an idea of what's going on in the book. So, I just wanted to read a little bit to you really quick. Mrs. blew her whistle. That means come in from recess. Lucille and that Grace ran to get me, 'cause I was still in the grass, that's why. Lucille was happy and sparkly. Didn't you love him, Junie B.? Wasn't he so handsome? He was even handsomer up close, don't you think? He was nice, too. Wasn't he nice? That Grace was happy and sparkly, too. He said he liked my high tops, she told me. He said he liked my dress, said Lucille. He said I was a nutball, I said. Lucille twirled all around. Not me, she said. He didn't say that I was a nutball. That's because he loves me. That Grace jumped high in the air, too. Me too, he loves me too, she said, real squealy. Just then, Lucille stopped twirling. She crossed her arms. No, Grace, she said. He does not love you too. He only loves me, 'cause I saw him first, and you're not allowed to steal him away, remember? And I love the language that she uses because it's so Junie B. Jones and that age, and I think it's really relatable for students from even 1st through 4th grade to kind of relate to that. And so that's one great thing that I loved about this book. Then I love that there's some images. It's like a chapter book, but then there's also enough imagery. This is when Junie B. Jones is, she's trying to figure out how to get Handsome Warren to love her, and so she dresses up, and she puts lightning bolts on her shoes because that's how Grace got him to love her. So she goes out of her way to try and make Handsome Warren love her, and in the end, Handsome Warren had just moved to the school, and so here you can see in that same picture, Handsome Warren is crying because he's sad, and so then Junie B. starts talking to him, and it has a really good moral at the end of the story, and so I really like books that you can relate to the children and teach them a lesson in addition to having fun. So that's one of the things I love most about this book, so you'll have to pick it up and read it if you want to find out how it ends.